Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome Photoshop CS6 tutorial. I'm your host, Buddy Blackford, and today I want to show you how to clean up things like scratches, dents, dirt, all that crap in your photo. So I have this picture of taxis right here that I got off the internet, and as you can see, if I wanted to put this photo into something like a magazine, sometimes when you have like magazines, they want everything to be perfect, so they Photoshop up a lot of pictures. So if you take a look at this, you can see a couple of things wrong. There might be even more, but we've got this dirty ass ad sign up here that's got a bunch of dirt on it, and let me highlight this stuff for you so you can see it. Here, I'll just use a brush. Click on the brush, and we've got this crappy ass. Ooh, nice brush I got there. Crappy ass, dirty sign, and then down here we've got a bunch of cracks and dents and stuff like that. So I want to clean those up, and I want them to look like the area that is around them. So what I'm going to use is this, what's called the spot healing brush, and it's the one with the band-aid with some like dotted lines in the background. So that's a spot healing brush, and the settings you want to have on for right now are content aware, and this will sample what's around your image to fill in the area that you want to remove. So let's zoom in into one of the areas. Let's zoom in into these scratches down here. So we got a pretty decent area where we can see these scratches, and let's click on our spot healing brush. If your healing brush isn't the right size, you can use the left and right bracket keys on your keyboard to mess with the size. So we've got this scratch here, and just make sure your settings are around this that we have right here. I've got my size at 40, hardness at 100, spacing at 25. So these are the default settings that it came with. I'm not going to mess with them. Just click and just like paint where you want to what you want to get fixed. So we had those two dents right there, and let go, and it'll fix that area. So I got this big ass scratch right here. So click. Get some of the background in there. Don't try not to get any of the black, because then it's gonna use that. So we got that area there, and now that scratch is pretty much gone. Same with this. Try to keep it on the same plane. As you can see that this is a different plane than this, so this defining line right here is going to show like the definition between the front flat part and the curved side part there. So you don't want to go over top of the line. So I'll show you what I mean. If I like try to get this line out, I guess it just doesn't look that great. You've got the shadows here that define the edges, but the line defines it more. And it looks like this this taxi has been hit like in this area before the taxi driver hits something, because it looks like it's pretty dented here. He's got a bunch of repairs that have gone on. So let's try and see if we can repair anything else. So I mean, sometimes it's not the greatest at repairing, and you have to go over it again, or maybe go over it a few times. So that's working there. We've got this scratch here. So that's how you use that to fix up that kind of stuff. So let's go over to those that dirty sign and try using this again. So we've got that scratch right there. Now that's gone. Here's another scratch. This is too easy, way too easy, isn't it? Get rid of all that stuff, and now it's not so dirty. If you try to take a big portion, like something like this, for one, it's going to take a lot of time for Photoshop to process. So you can see it's waiting, and it doesn't always give you the best results. So keep your brush strokes down to like a minimum. Just keep them small and compact. Just get what you need to. Don't try to do everything all at once. Now if you try to, like, let's go to a different thing here. We've got this beach thing here. And if I want to try to remove this and just have no lifeguard here and just have a beach, let's try that real quick and you can see what happens. So I'm going to increase my brush size. So I'm going to try to get everything here to take this completely out. So I got to get into the sand a little bit, get that trash can out of there, and got to get that shadow out of there. Oh, I left a part in the middle. Damn it. So it's going to compute now. It's going to be all effed up because I left this in the middle. So I'll pause this and let this do its thing. So I canceled it, and let me redo this. Get all this stuff real quick, and I won't forget anything in the middle this time. Come on. And there we go. Looks like I didn't forget anything. Now I'll let go and it's gonna compute, and then I'll pause this again, and when it's done I'll let you guys see what it does. So here it is, it's getting ready to do what it's doing. We're waiting for it to calculate itself. And I thought it was going to be done once it hits the end bar, but Photoshop is this. Sometimes when you do huge areas like this and this picture has a lot of pixels in it, so as you can see, we didn't get the best removal on this because it's a huge set and it doesn't always work on huge things unless it's like a constant background. So if there was no sand and no water and it was just this constant sky, then it might work. But it did a pretty decent job of removing it. Not great, however, because we can obviously see stuff that we don't want. So I wanted to show you another way that we can use this. So it's pretty much like the spot healing tool, except for we're going to use selections. So let's go back to our taxi here, and we'll back up, and we'll come back down to here where we probably have some more things that we can fix up. Like here's a little dent spot there, there's a dirt spot, so let's mess with these. So pick like something like your lasso tool and make a selection around the area that you want to fix. So we got that selected, and then just come up to edit and click fill, and then make sure you have use as content aware. You got some other things here that I don't know if you really want to use, but content aware is going to do almost the same thing as a spot healing brush. Hit OK, and it'll fix the area for you. You can Control D to deselect, and that basically does the same exact thing. So the benefit of using the content aware selection, or I mean the fill content aware, is that you can make pretty nicely looking selections with your different selection tools that you got, and then you can be a little more precise than just using the brush tool. Unless you want to spend a lot of time like getting everything in with the brush tool, then use this to get complex selections in there. Or if you just like using this way better because you can select and all that stuff, then go ahead, by all means, use that instead of the spot healing brush. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. We're going to go on to learn more about content aware items in the next tutorial. So keep watching, and I don't know, subscribe if you want to see some more. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.